Greetings! It's me, Kerie Crystal Moonrise. Welcome to this episode of Kerie's Quick Tarot. This video is brought to you by my website, legacykeyleaf.com. It is a peaceful energy spiritual gift shop. There we go. And so if you are looking for items for gifts, this is the holidays coming up, y'all. Consider visiting my website and shopping with me there. I have items that can help you feel high vibe, chill, relaxed, and grounded, and release all kinds of energies that don't serve you, okay? So if you're looking for anything that sounds like what I just said, then visit my website, all right? So I have a song out. It's called Feels Good by Empress Kerie. So it's on all streaming platforms. So take a moment whenever you are inspired to do so and visit my website. You can find it there, or visit your favorite streaming favorite it, huh? Why don't you favorite it? And visit your favorite streaming platform and add it to your playlists, okay? If you want to, continue. I'm not going to cut this out. You know why? Because it's part of the course. I'm doing this. So I'm going to pretend like I'm live and I just made a blooper. You guys just witnessed my non-live almost blooper. All right. Okay, I can be a little silly, a little, and a little serious. Sometimes a lot serious. So sometimes when I am being silly, I embrace that, right? Sometimes we need to embrace the silly that is within. All right, there. I'm really not gonna redo this as much as I'm like cringing internally. I'm going to let this go and let it be what it's going to be. All right? There. So, let me make sure I sage my cards. This video is for entertainment purposes. Take what resonates. Leave the rest. This is going to be some information that, may be part of your story, may be part of someone else's. The point is you're here and you're observing it. So, hopefully there's something here that can help you in whatever situation you may be finding yourself in this now moment, okay? All right. So I'm going to start with the tarot. We'll see where we go. We're going to see where it goes from there. All right. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Please help guide this message. Thank you so much. What is it that I am to make sure folks are aware of? Thank you. All right. And I'm noticing that my mic is not plugged in. So I'm going to take a moment to plug in the mic. And maybe you'll be able to hear me a little better. We'll see. Maybe. So bear with me, y'all. Sometimes they're not. And sometimes when they're not, sometimes we just have to roll with it and be okay with things not being so perfect. I could regroup and restart. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep going because sometimes the show must go on. And sometimes there may be a little hiccup, a little bump in the road, and what are you going to do? You can't start everything over all the time. Sometimes you just got to observe the bump in the road, get through it, get around it how best you can, and keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. All right. So, Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on in the energy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, got a couple of cards. We've got a King of Cups. All right, a King of Cups and this Death card. This King of Cups, someone who is typically has their emotions in check. Okay, someone who has their emotions in check is a King of Cups personality. All right, so this is someone who is kind, caring, thoughtful, and that type of train of personality. Okay, and then we've got this Death card. Okay, these are both symbolizing emotions. Okay, Cups is symbolizes emotions. Okay, and emotions in the tarot deck is typically connected to the astrological signs of the water. Okay, water signs. Okay, so we've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio represented with this type of energy. Okay, and then with this card here, this Death card, this is signifying a new beginning, kind of like a real tragic, perhaps, maybe something real sharp and dramatic. Okay, maybe even traumatic. There's some type of an ending that's happening for someone, and this card is kind of like an abrupt ending for a new beginning. All right, so it seems like there's someone who's in a King of Cups energy who may be experiencing an abrupt ending to a new beginning. Okay, and this Death card is also something that is representative of the sign of Scorpio. Okay, all right, so place it where it fits. Let's see what's going on. The bottom of the deck, we've got this Eight of Swords card. Okay, Eight of Swords. This card basically, clearly somebody is feeling bound. Okay, Swords represents the air element, communications. So maybe someone is feeling maybe a little bit bound in their communications. All right, I'm going to keep this in the deck and we'll see if it comes out. All right, so maybe there's someone out there who is, or maybe you, whoever is tuned in and resonating with this, maybe you're finding yourself in a situation where you're dealing with a King of Cups energy, or maybe you are the King of Cups energy, but someone who's typically thoughtful, caring, in charge, in control of their emotions. Okay, and maybe you're finding yourself at some type of a crossroad of sorts. Okay, and then we've got the Fool card. Okay, this card here represents a new beginning. Okay, but kind of like a new beginning with an optimistic approach. All right, so very interesting. So we've got this King of Cups energy with a really abrupt ending, something really sharp and maybe even painful, but some type of real sharp ending for a new beginning, and it appears that new beginning is something that they want to look at as being optimistic about. Okay, so let's see. And look at this, bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Cups. Okay, cups again representing emotions. This seems like some type of a celebration. So maybe in this new beginning that they're feeling optimistic about, they want to feel like they can celebrate. Okay, all right. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. What is it with these cards here? What's the story here? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Ace of Wands card. Okay, this card represents creativity, passions. This card is also representative of Wands is associated with fire. Okay, so fire, perhaps a fire sign. What are the fire signs? Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, but there's some big creativity or passions that they that they have gifts with, and that maybe this is something that they want to utilize with their new beginning forward. Source, higher self, Holy. All right. We've got this Sun card, okay? So this is also representing Leo, okay? So we've got fire, okay? So passionate, new, creative beginning, and this Sun card represents happiness, happy, joy, peace, all right? So that goes in alignment with this card here of someone who is taking a leap of almost faith, you know, the kind of at the edge of a cliff here, taking a leap of faith with some optimism to create, create something new, and have some happiness, some joy, some peace, all right? And then we've got this image of a child on the card, so maybe they're looking to have something that involves a family, all right? All right. Thank you. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration. Thank you. All right. So this King of Cups energy went through an emotional death of sorts, maybe some type of a heartbreak, and now they're feeling optimistic again about creating some type of new beginning, some passionate new beginning. That can lead to some love, some joy, some peace in their life. All right, look at that. So we've got, let's see what this is. All right, so that celebration card did come out, okay? So we've got the Three of Cups here, all right? So it's something that they want to feel like they can celebrate in this new beginning with some love, joy, some peace, some happiness, maybe a child on the way, with that new beginning that they're looking forward to and being optimistic about. And then we've got this Ten of Swords card, okay? This is maybe something that goes along with this card here, or maybe it's something that's opening up another section of conversation with regards to this King of Cups energy. So let's see. But this card, clearly somebody's in a state where they're down for the count. They are kind of done. Maybe they are experiencing this type of situation emotionally. Swords is representative of the air element, communication. So maybe there's some communication that's out about this energy that is placing them in a situation where they're really feeling destroyed. So let's see what else. All right. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Thank you. Please help guide this. Thank you. Thank you. A whole bunch of cards kind of flopped. I will take them, and maybe this wraps up the story. So let's see. All right. So we've got the Strength card. Okay. So this card is there's something that they need to be strong about. So maybe whatever this situation is that they are perhaps enduring is something that they really need to face and be strong about. Okay. And then we've got this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Knights are messengers. Pentacles is resources, foundation, support. So there's a message of support that is being delivered. Okay. And then we've got this Eight of Swords card, okay? This did come out at the bottom of the deck a few minutes ago. So we've got this Eight of Swords. This Eight of Swords, somebody is feeling bound or being bound. But somebody is, kind of wrapped up in some type of situation, maybe a slanderous situation, or maybe someone wants, maybe whoever's resonating with this message, to feel bound in some way. All right. And then we've got this card here, this Hierophant. This Hierophant card is representative of a leader in spirituality or religion. Okay, so we've got a religious leader. All right, so before I move on, I need to recap. All right, so we've got a King of Cups energy. Okay, this is someone who is kind, caring, thoughtful. Okay, that type of a perceived personality. Okay, seems like there was a death to that personality in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so there's some type of abrupt ending to that. Okay, some abrupt ending to that energy that created a new type of beginning for them. Okay, a new type of beginning that had them on a trajectory of feeling optimistic and feeling, like, okay, I'm doing something new and different. I'm going to take a leap of faith in that direction. All right. And in that new direction, they were able to be creative, okay, and use a skill set that they were gifted. They had a gift, okay, to be able to they had a gift, okay, to be creative. Okay, a gift that allowed them to be creative and perhaps create a situation where they had some happiness, love, some joy, some peace. Okay, so that they were celebrating in that new beginning. Okay, it feels past tense to me. Okay. All right, so they were celebrating in all of that energy, and then they ran into a snag, some type of a snag in whatever they perceived to be a celebration, whatever they perceived to be a happy, joyous occasion. They were using their gifts, and maybe they thought they were using their gifts for the right situation, because they were really optimistic about. But somehow, some way, this individual who once was kind, caring, and maybe beloved, okay, there was some type of an ending, an abrupt ending to that energy, okay? So, they're basically in a situation, or found themselves in a situation, where they were really hurt, okay, really down for the count, really damaged from whatever the situation was that changed their trajectory from being, a positive energy into a not so positive energy, that they were kind of gung-ho about going in a new direction about. Okay, they were celebrating. They had a lot going on of perceived happiness, or maybe actual happiness for them, and something ended. Okay. There's more detail. Depending on how much time goes by, I may kind of dig into the what's the situation deck to see what more of that detail might be. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Strength. So whatever situation happened that kind of let them be a bit damaged, now they have to be strong, okay? They have to be strong and pick themselves up and figure it out. But in all of that, Knight of Pentacles, this is the slowest moving card in the deck of tarot. This card is known and referenced as, okay? So there's a message that's coming in slowly with regards to some resources and a foundation. And maybe they don't really want to deliver it, okay? Maybe they don't want to deliver this message. There's some holes in this. I really would like to get more insight, because it seems that they were winning and something changed, okay? And someone's feeling bound, okay? So perhaps this energy is being strong, trying to do the right thing, but still there's some bondage going on with them, okay? And it has something to do with a spiritual leader, religious figure of sorts, okay? All right, the next set of cards. This is the Six of Cups, okay? This card signifies a connection, okay? A connection, an old friend type of a connection. Maybe an old friend that you may know, or maybe sometimes an old friend can be yourself, that inner child. That sometimes as we grow up and become adults, we lose touch with tapping into that, inner child version of ourselves that still wants to be nurtured and cared for and paid attention to, right? And so perhaps this is referencing that, but so all right, so we've got this old friend on the table, and then we've got a lot of options. Oh, so maybe this spiritual leader's downfall, so it seems, came at the hands of an old friend. Maybe they were presented with a lot of options. Maybe a lot of options that had them feeling like, oh yeah, I can participate in whatever those options might be because I'm gifted, says the individual that this story may be about. They had a whole lot going for them. Maybe celebrated too soon. But we've got this old friend, okay, who may have presented them with a lot of options. And it seems that wasn't the right move for them, okay? Maybe that was just not the right thing for them to do, okay? Which is kind of telling the story of kind of how this once upright individual kind of really went through a whole lot of situations where it seems they're left with trying to pick up the pieces again, trying to find themselves, trying to fill their cup, okay? Sometimes we may find ourselves in situations where we're presented with a lot of options. And sometimes, if we make the wrong choice, we may end up a little bit, beat up and battered from the consequences associated with such options and actions. And it seems that in this story, the individual is trying to see how to fix something. How do they get their emotional cups back? They used to be a king of cups, maybe someone who was looked up to. And in that regards of having themselves pulled together emotionally. And maybe now they're a bit of of not so pulled together. Then these two cards here, I'm trying to see how this has anything to do with this story, because we've got this King of Pentacles, okay? And it seems that this King of Pentacles, and then we've got this Four of Wands. So it seems like this is another energy. So does the story of this King of Cups energy kind of end here with them trying to figure out how to put the pieces back together? And now is this King of Pentacles energy something new and different? Because we have this Knight of Pentacles here, and this Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving card in the deck. All right, I have to pull some more cards to get some clarity on that. So let's see. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here at the bottom of the deck. This is the you can have whatever you like card. All right. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Please help guide this. Thank you. What is this King of Cups and this King of Pentacles the same energy? How does this tie together? Please help give clarity. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, because these two cards kind of seem misplaced in this story. So perhaps this energy, oops, here is what they thought they were going to acquire, you know, when they were celebrating. Maybe he thought, I'm saying he because of the energy is the masculine energy with the cards, but it can be anyone, okay? But perhaps this individual thought that with everything that they were doing, that they were going to have a lot of the resources and have that happy life, because they were experiencing it. But something happened. Strength. They had to be strong. They got some resources had come to them. Then they were bound. And this spiritual leader. All right. Let's see what else we have. We've got the Two of Pentacles. All right. So now this is all kind of, this was upright. Now this is all kind of redirecting. Okay. So maybe at one point they were a King of Pentacles through all of the situations that they were involved in where they were using their creativity. Okay. In which case they were, you know, hopeful about experiencing that happy life, happy family, okay, with the Four of Wands. And it seems that now there's some juggling going on, okay? Juggling, imbalance, okay? Because through all the cards that are out on the table, the balance card is not out. So it seems that there was no balance in whatever was going on, because this is signifying that there was an imbalance, okay? All right, an imbalance to the point where there was some hard times that they had to go through, okay? Hard times they have had to go through or are going through. All right, and then we've got this Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is that they are putting in some work, okay? making an effort to build, to create, to perhaps whatever it was that they were juggling and losing out on. They're in the rebuilding phase, and they're really trying to focus on the rebuild. Okay? Because perhaps they see themselves as this King of Pentacles. And they really want to experience this happiness, happy life. And the question is, this old friend that they allowed into their experience, that presented a lot of options, is that something that they learned any lessons from? Did they learn any lessons from dealing with that old friend? That old friend that was in there, that came into their experience and kind of turned them into something else that they got excited about. Because, sometimes when you have a whole lot of emotional options, people kind of tugging at your heartstrings, or people who kind of really want to be in your world, if you don't pick the right situation for yourself, then you're kind of left feeling empty, still looking for the fulfillment. It happens to spiritual leaders. It happens to religious people. Right? These situations happen. The question is, do we learn from them? Let's see. Because it seems that this jumped. It jumped from, okay, I'm looking. But perhaps this energy didn't lose as much. Excuse me. Losing is something that is not really looked forward to. Right? Nobody wants to be losing out on anything. If they are someone who is really looking to build, they're not trying to lose. They're not trying to lose anything. But when you juggle and you're not balanced, that's what tends to happen. Okay? And then we rebuild. Sometimes you just have to put the blinders on and not really pay attention to much else other than whatever you need to do to rebuild to who you once was. And who knows how long that can take. Sometimes you have to celebrate your small wins. Whatever those small wins might be for you, sometimes you just have to celebrate them and not be so gung-ho to connect with folks who maybe don't mean you well, even if it's an old friend. All right. Let me see if there's anything else to come out with this. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Is there anything else to come along with this? Thank you. We've got this Two of Cups. So through all that this individual has gone through, they're still hopeful for a reunion with someone. Still hopeful. You know. Let's see if there's anything else. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Thank you. Oh. All right. Wheel of Fortune is out here. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. This is a you can have whatever you like card. Okay. You can have whatever you like. Queen of Wands. So now there's a Queen of Wands entering the chat here. You can have whatever you like. Queen of Wands energy. This is someone who is creative, passionate. I'm thinking loyal. But someone who's a manifester. So there's a Queen of Wands who can have whatever she likes. This card here is a card, when I see it, I think willpower. Willpower. You can have whatever you like, but use your willpower. Then we've got this Judgment card. So Judgment has been called. Somebody's under judgment in this situation. So perhaps this King of Cups energy is under judgment for switching up. For switching up and trusting an old friend that didn't mean them any well, even though that old friend promised them all kinds of optimistic outcomes that they were not truthful about. Okay. I'm going to stop here. I just kind of want to get some confirmation cards. I'm going to pull from this What's the Situation. Feel like something almost flipped right out. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Let's see what this says. This says Sagittarius. Okay. So perhaps this may have something to do with the Sagittarius. Let's see. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides. Huh. This says catfish. Somebody trying to catfish you? Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration. This says Mama. Okay. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. What other cards go along with this story? Thank you. This says Divine Masculine. And this says Remember. Okay, so perhaps this story has something to do with the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine is an energy, someone who's really trying to do the right thing in all pillars of their life. Just trying to be a real upright type of individual. Thank you. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Look at that. So we've got a Sagittarius energy. It says catfish. Okay. Mama, divine masculine, and remember. See if there's anything else. Thank you. Mama, remember. Remember, Mama. This says toxic. So, apparently we had a divine masculine that went toxic. Right? With this energy here. And this old friend energy here. Alright, I'm gonna stop here and pull out. See what other cards. Thank you. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides. Okay, this says royalty. Okay. Place these cards where they fit. This says soul star chakra. Soul star chakra is the chakra above the crown. Something you want to protect. Thank you. I'm going to split these in half so it's easier to shuffle. Thank you. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Thank you. Let's see. Did anything flip? I feel like something flipped. Maybe not. All right. Thank you. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me. Thank you. Oh. This says custody of the kids. All right. So custody of the kids. We've got Mama. We've got a divine masculine. We've got toxic. We've got remember. That would go with soul star chakra. We've got royalty. Maybe the divine masculine that went toxic has some royal to them. Let's see what else. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Put these back. If there's anything from this deck, please let it be known. This fell, and this says Leo. Okay. That may be the last card that I pick. Leo goes with this Sun card here. Okay. So perhaps there's a Sagittarius, a Leo, and perhaps a Scorpio with this card here. Thank you. Thank you. Mama, remember. Royalty, divine masculine, toxic. Whatever's going on, the judgment card is out. So, it's basically, all right. So I think the last couple of cards that were pulled was an admonition for the Queen of Wands energy, who this might be resonating with. So maybe there's a Queen of Wands who this particular story has something to do with what she may be experiencing, all right? It's basically saying, all right, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, all right? You who are a manifesting creative personality, all right? You've got a lot of opportunities, okay? Use your willpower. Judgment. So maybe this whole situation is someone that's trying to energetically catfish you. Okay? Energetic catfishing is kind of like energetic shape-shifting. All right? So you would know who these energies resonate for in your story. Okay? All right? You would know Queen of Wands energy who's resonating with this. You would know exactly who this King of Cups energy might be representing in your story, okay? And if they had a whole switch up with you and decided to have a whole brand new start to take their creativity somewhere else and give their emotional interest to an old friend that wasn't you, to build a happy life filled with perceived options that they were celebrating, and you know, it didn't work out so well for them. Maybe you have you know, a family with this person. Maybe it's some things that you have to remember. And maybe you have to protect your soul star chakra, because maybe it's something that they are looking to block so that you aren't able to remember. And perhaps all of this talk with this, you know, that King of Cups, we've got this King of Pentacles, we've got the spiritual leader, we've got a Queen of Wands. That's all royalty here. That's in this chat right now. So there's some toxicity in the midst, and it seems that this divine masculine who kind of went rogue has to pull it together. So even though they still kind of want to have some type of situation with you, you have to use your willpower. When judgment has been called on someone, and if you get in the way of it, that means judgment's being called on you too. So, are you willing to risk judgment being called on you as well, when it was called on this person who wants to have a connection with you? A connection with this person while this person is under judgment, puts you under judgment. No matter how much they want to offer you. Even if they are considered to you to be an old friend. It's a big risk. Are you willing to risk you to be put under judgment with that person? So, I think that is something that you have to consider, even if that person happens to be a religious leader, a religious or spiritual leader. Judgment was called on this person. They in trouble for something. Well, for becoming toxic. They're in trouble for becoming toxic. In trouble with who? With whoever they're in trouble with. Source creator. Maybe in their optimism of using their skill set with the wrong individual, that put them on a toxic trajectory. And so, is it worth you being put under judgment just because of who they may have been to you? That's a risk. Look what it was stuck there. The Lover's card. I think at the end of this story, even if this was your situation with whoever that King of Cups energy, King of Pentacles energy, Hierophant energy may have been in your life, I think choosing yourself versus being put under judgment with them is an option. But is that the option for you? To choose yourself? Or to choose yourself? Or to choose the individual? Music in the background. The neighbors are jamming. I'm trying to think what's the song that they're playing. Oh, it's Wyclef. It's the "Someone please call 911." I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble. I think that's what it says. I don't even know if y'all can hear it in the background. But they're having a bit of a block party out there, kind of. So, y'all hear that? Wow. Y'all probably don't hear it. I don't know if you can hear it but I hear it, so it's probably coming through the mic. Someone please call 911. It's an emergency for this person. Whatever they have done, man, they went rogue. They went toxic. This royal... Where is it? This royal divine masculine went toxic. They in trouble. They are in big trouble. And if you get with them, you in big trouble too. You got to make that call for yourself. Okay? So, man, they are laying it on thick. Laying it on thick. They threw this card out. They threw this card out. Man, this card out. This card. They in trouble with the creator of all, whoever this is, Because you don't get to be a religious or spiritual leader and go toxic and think you ain't gonna get it. They in trouble with the creator of all. I would
Feels good, feels